Crypto just started a huge bull run. What's happening, everyone? Hopefully you're all doing fantastic today. So what happened with Ethereum? Ethereum just saw a 20% increase, and that's because, well, recently we saw Bitcoin take the large step, say, oh, Bitcoin is gonna be the only one, the best for ETF, and that's why it was really growing, because these institutions were saying, you know, from crypto is really bad to saying, well, crypto is kind of cool. It's not that bad, actually. So with that being said, what's happening right now with crypto is that Ethereum keeps rising. So the reason for that is that, well, we are seeing Ethereum go strong with an ETF. Now, obviously, Ethereum is one of the only ones, since, you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum are both pretty spot on what's happening right now. They're both doing pretty nicely. I can't complain with that. And I'm honestly very excited, because this means that we can be seeing some sort of comeback for Ethereum. You know, we saw a lot of hacks, we saw a lot of problems for it. But it seems like now institutions are going, you know, from crypto sucks to crypto should be regulated, but we can use it. So that's a pretty interesting thing. It's becoming now an investment class of sorts. So that's one thing we're seeing right now. Anyway, I'll show you a few clips of this, guys. I think basically the institutions are now going to be profiting huge fees off this, which is not necessarily a bad thing. The only way crypto would be safe if it was regulated, which is what's happening right now. We could be seeing a new Bitcoin ETF by 2024, I guess mid 2024. Or potentially in the start of 2025. I do aim that we're going to be seeing at least end of 2024. That would be pretty awesome. But what do you guys think about this? Also, smash that like button.
Currently trying to flee the country. On Friday, liquidators handling the bankruptcy estate of the collapsed fund said that Zhu was arrested at the airport. The Singapore courts ruled against Zhu for deliberately failing to cooperate with the investigation into creditors' claims and the implosion of the multi-billion-dollar fund. According to the financial advisory firm handling the crypto hedge fund's liquidation, Zhu and his co-founder Kyle Davies have both been sentenced to 4 months in prison. Davies is still on the run. 3AC filed for bankruptcy in mid-2022 after the plunge in crypto prices and a risky trading strategy combined to wipe out its assets and leave it unable to repay lenders. Last up, prosecutors in the trial of Sam Bankman-Fried want a Ukrainian customer to testify remotely, and SBF does not approve. In a Saturday court filing, prosecutors asked Judge Kaplan for permission to include a witness testimony over teleconference. Customer 1 is a young male located in Ukraine who lost a substantial portion of his life savings that he had entrusted to FTX when Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022. SBF's defense said it, quote, does not consent to the remote testimony. CNBC reached out to prosecutors and SBF's defense team, but they both declined to comment. That trial is set to kick off tomorrow. Sticking with the trial of SBF for our main story, in a new documentary from CNBC, I spoke to insiders, customers, and investors who put their faith in FTX and Bankman-Fried before it all came crashing down. Here's a preview of that story.
He had become a celebrity. There is no question. One of the richest people on the planet, and certainly one of the youngest rich people on the planet.
He was on the cover of Fortune this year, being compared to Warren Buffett.
30-year-old billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried, better known as SBF, saw a meteoric rise as crypto's golden boy.
The more time I spent with Sam, the smarter I felt that he was.
My goal is to be able to donate almost everything that I make.
A seemingly altruistic billionaire looking to have a big impact.
I don't give a shit about my legacy. Like, I care about the impact that I have.
He struck me as somebody that was really trying to do something transformative.
Which is why the crypto scandal that engulfed him shocked the world.
News overnight, Sam Bankman-Fried is now in custody in the Bahamas.
His $32 billion cryptocurrency exchange, FTX, goes bankrupt in a matter of days. $8.9 billion in customer funds are missing.
I thought he was the Mark Zuckerberg of crypto. Is he now the Bernie Madoff of crypto?
Top minds on Wall Street, Silicon Valley venture capitalists, A-list celebrities, and millions of crypto traders flocked to FTX, trusting Bankman-Fried with their money.
I lost over $2 million on the FTX platform when it went down.
Now FTX customers who lost millions are sharing their stories.
It's really, really sad. Really sad. Not only how it's affected me, but how it's...
So do you guys think actually Ethereum could be going back to $4,000? I think we need the help of a financial market. It's not possible otherwise. It's just too crazy. You know, crypto has always been a thing that's, you know, decentralized and it's going its own way. But it seems like times are changing ahead, and we're going to be seeing right now that crypto is going to be joining the financial institutions, is going to be joining the banks, is going to be joining the fees that come with it. And that may not be necessarily a bad thing for that matter. It could be a good thing. But we do need some time with crypto. It's not over for crypto, but it hasn't even began. You know, we're still far way ahead from all-time highs, but this is definitely a right step, and 2024 might provide more for us.
That for the first time, the SEC organized it so that at least 4 ETF issuers came to market on the same day, which has never happened before.
Yeah. I do wonder, though, how this does pave the way, if it does, for whether it is Bitcoin or whether it is Ether, these spot ETFs, which I know you have applications out there for.
Yes, I mean, it has to be a positive that the SEC is allowing these ETFs to go forward, even though they're not spot. We are just seeing signs after the Ripple decision and the Grayscale decision that the SEC is just relaxing their stance and allowing some of these funds to get to market. I think there's still different views about that. They haven't announced a policy when it comes to spot Bitcoin or spot Ethereum, so it would just be speculation on my behalf, but I think it really is likely that we're like to see something sooner than later. And I was wrong. I was the more skeptical on this, but it looks like early in 2024, we would probably see a spot product.
Jan, taking a step back, I know you're a student of history in the way that you invest at VanEck. So tell me, what's your theory of the decade, sort of global economy-wise, and where does crypto fit in?
Well, the decade, I think we're in a completely new paradigm when it comes to rates, and you just discussed that, and you discussed it a lot, so I won't get into that. But I think you have this higher for longer, tighter Fed stance, and that's not necessarily positive for Bitcoin or gold. Ethereum, I would look at as an aggressive growth investment, sort of a high-tech stock in a way. So that's sort of speculative, John. So that's how I'd kind of break out the universe.
And so would you position that in a portfolio then in that way, like extra risky?
Absolutely. Thematic, speculative growth.
Anyway, for me, this is just the start of crypto. The Ethereum ETFs are obviously a boost in price, but once it gets listed, just imagine what it's gonna be. That's definitely an insane factor that BlackRock is joining in, Citadel is joining in, all these big groups are potentially joining in, that we need to see being added to crypto, really. We try to push them away, but maybe adding them in is the only choice. Smash that like button.